What's going on, everybody? Average Arcader here, and it's time for another base review. Today we're going to be reviewing world's safest base. Yes, yes, world's safest base. Now I'm going to tell you, I played world's safest house and I was actually okay with it, but world's safest base, I'm going to let you guys know right now, was a little bit of a letdown for me. I was expecting a little bit more with the actual base itself. Let me show you what I mean. Alright, now when you first start up, it spawns you right here in this, I want to say clock tower or lighthouse maybe? Yeah, it's a lighthouse because there's a light on top of that. So you're like in this lighthouse. You have startup gear and crafting table, furnaces. So at first, you're going to think you don't have access to the actual base. You have to go through this whole little minefield and maze. Hang on, I'll show you something here in a little bit. But you have startup gear ready to go to get you started. This is actually, me and a friend went through this thinking that this was the only way to get through. And you go through the little maze here, which was fun. You hop over the magma cubes. These dispensers give you potions of harming. We never figured out why. And then you have to make your way through here. We couldn't figure out exactly how. Like, at all. Like, we could not find a hidden door or anything. I don't know what I was missing. If somebody knows, let me know. We were playing in survival, so we wound up simply making pickaxes and just cutting a hole through the fence and then going from there. Like, we could not figure out how to get out at all. Then we made it past. We like stacked dirt over the lava, and we made it past these here. Which at first we blew them up, and it was actually funny to run from this the explosions. But after that, we then climbed over this. Now here's the thing that's weird to me. We've got all these spawners. We got all these spawners here. Nothing ever spawns. I don't know how, if you have to turn it on or what. Nothing ever spawns from these spawners. I didn't find any switches unless I'm missing it. Now when you come through here, they throw potions of harm on you again. That's cool. Again, another line of spawners. This one I think does blazes. Nothing. This one throws out poison ones, which is cool. And then you're basically into the base. I mean, there's a couple different areas. There's definitely mobs are not going to get through. And I think this is more so a deterrent for your actual friends, not mobs. Now, here's the problem with that. That actually would have been really cool. But before we actually go into the actual base, we come down here. Now, when I first came down here, this door was open. Okay. You can walk through here. There's a tunnel that comes up. And boom, they're there. Like, hang on. Let's get to the end here. Now, in the world's safest house, there wasn't a tunnel leading out of it. You had to make your way through the traps, but you could turn them on and off. And this one, you just got to know where to look. Boom. You got one there. There's another one. I believe there's another one. If it's not on this side, it's on the other side over there. I know there's another way out. And it's basically another one of those tunnels. I think it's over here. Right there. See? And boom. But this one doesn't have a door. So you can't shut it. Now, if they all had a door at the end, like a metal door that you could shut, I could understand that. And then you could set up your own traps within here to keep people out. But you can pretty much just walk right in here. I'm like, what's the point of having all that up top if you can just come and, you know, walk? Like, if this was me, what I would recommend is to block that area off, cover it up with dirt or something, so that your friends don't know that there's a tunnel out that way. Same thing with the other one, and or just shut that door. One of the two. Okay, let's actually go through the actual base now itself. Again, I think they kind of stretched calling it a base as well. It is a nice looking structure out here. Like, I like this courtyard. And then, you know, the base itself looks good. But this more so looks like a mansion and functions like a mansion than a base. For instance, okay, you're playing on survival. There's no farms in here that I could find. There's tons and tons of storage. Tons of storage. And then when you dig down, you could make a mine. You've got potion stations. You've got regular furnaces. I don't think I found any blast furnaces. I'm wearing a diamond chest piece, and the diamond sword that I have came from here. So once you make it in here, you have that. It looks like this is like a sitting area for like maybe an event station of some kind. Just decorative. And then you have an enchanting table. That's it. And then once I go back downstairs, you have that little vault area that leads to the tunnels. And again, just more storage. There's nothing really going on here. Like, this barely qualifies as a base. It's more so a house. Like, a base gives you things to work on, gives you, one, it's 100% secure, normally. And you have places to sleep. Well, you do have places to sleep coming up here. Normally, you can take the steps. Oh, wait. I don't even think you have places to sleep. Never mind. No, you don't have any place to sleep. I thought there was a bed up there, but it wasn't. Yeah, so you have no place to sleep. You don't have any farms here. So you would have to bring in your own food, and then you'd have to bring in dirt and make a farm of some sort. Like I said, had they said, like, second world safest house, I might have let it go. But they named it world's safest base, and it's just like, well, one is it's not that safe unless you go out there and cover up the entry tunnels and, you know, make them look like they're just a part of the landscape. Cover them up with dirt, put some trees in there, let the grass grow. No one will know. Then you only know, and you can cut out a little piece in the dirt for you to get in and out. But other than that, there's nothing special or unique about this other than all these traps. But again, these are easily negated. Unless you do that, these are worthless. I mean, I love the setup. Like I said, the only person who would know those tunnels were there was somebody who owned it. Because if you cover it up, you're good. Now, what I will say is it is a really good seed. There's a lot going on in the seed. It has a good mixture of biomes. You're right next to swamp, birchwood. You've got mountains areas. And there are a ton of villages and broken portals. I found, I want to say maybe 20 different villages all over. Desert villages, forest villages, plains, biomes, darkwood forest, you name it. It's just about here. There are a lot of sunken ships because, as you can see, a good chunk of the map is ocean. There's a lot of sunken ships, and I found one Ocean Monument, it's a little further away, but it is there, which is cool. But there's a lot of sunken ships, which really helps. And there's some desert temples not too far from here too. Just over that way, there's a desert temple. I even found an Illager Tower. Now, the landscape itself looks really cool. It looks like there's a lot going on that you can build on. So, it functions well as a quick survival start base, just to get you started. But it doesn't have everything it needs to sustain a very long-term playthrough, because not everything you need is there. You'll still need to build a mine. You'll need to build a portal. You need to build farms. I'm like, you want to eliminate a good chunk of the startup cost of a survival run for these bases, is what I feel. A base should give you a good chunk. You shouldn't have to worry about a bed. You shouldn't have to worry about food. And you shouldn't have to worry about beginning crafting tables. For sure. Those things have to be covered in a base for it to fully, truly be a base, I feel. It doesn't need to cover everything else. Not having a portal, that's okay. You can make your own. Not having a mine, that's okay. You can make your own. I wish they would have them, but it doesn't have to have a portal and a mine. You can do that yourself, but it should have some type of food source, some type of bed, and crafting tables, and for you to get started. Like, it's best when it has all of that. That's when it's a really good base. But if it doesn't, it needs to cover the basics of getting started in a survival world and not having to worry about it. And the more startup gear it has, the better. That one definitely covers the storage. There's plenty of storage, but it's a very long walk back to that place to bring things. So it's just one of those things where I feel like it's just not there. As you can see, there's the desert temple, which is actually right in the middle of a desert village, which looks pretty cool. Like, other than that, the actual area that surrounds it is pretty cool. It's a very diverse. I like when there's a lot of water around a spawn area, because I like building underwater bases too. And then if you do want to build something and you want the most flat land, build it over water. Build it over water and make it look like it's supposed to be there. That's one of the, that's a lot of times what I do if I'm in a startup area that's really got a lot of landscaping to do and I don't feel like doing it. I build over water and just make whatever it is I'm looking, make it look like it's supposed to be there. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this review. Like I said, I thought at first it looked really good, but it requires a lot of work for it to be a complete functioning base. If you want it 100% secure from players, you're going to need to make sure to cover up those tunnels leading out. And then to make it fully functional as a base, you have to add farms, your own farms. You're going to have to add beds. You're going to have to add portal and a mine. I think that's a little too much work to add to a base. But, you know, I've seen some of them that are worth it. I'm not sure this is 100% worth it. I'm kind of in the middle. But I guess to each his own. What do you guys think? Is this something you would pick up? Let us know in the comment sections down below. But until next time, I'm Average Arcader. I'll catch you next episode. Take it easy.